Hi, good morning everyone. Today we are going to see about the introduction for projection of solids in engineering graphics. So first, let me see what is a solid. A solid is a three-dimensional object which is having length, breadth and thickness. So it's completely bounded by the surface or surfaces which may be curved or plane. So a solid divided may be divided into two types, two groups. One is polyhedron and a solid of revolution. So a polyhedron, what do you mean by a polyhedron, and what do you mean by solid of revolution? So here the polyhedron is a shape which is having a flat surfaces and edges with corners. Okay, so in the geometry, it's a three-dimensional shape with flat polygon faces, straight edges, and sharp corners or vertices. Okay, what is meant by edges? It's a straight line. These are all the edges. We call it as edges. These are all called faces. So the intersection of two faces create one edge, and the intersection of edges it creates a corner or vertices. Okay, the faces, edges and corners. This is what the definition is. The edge of the polyhedron is a line segment formed by the intersection of two faces. The vertices are the points where three or more edges meet. So it's polyhedron. Solid of revolution. What do you mean by solid of revolution? So solid of revolution is a figure which can be obtained by rotating a plane surface like a triangular surface or rectangular surface, rotating in around an axis. So here a cone can be created by rotating a triangular surface around the axis, and a rectangular surface around the axis it will create cylinder. Here a semicircle rotation or revolute around the axis can create the sphere. So this is the thing. Polyhedron mainly, this is a four or very important thing is tetrahedron. We call it as tetrahedron, which consists of 1 2 3 4, the backside one face. So four equal triangular faces. Normally we have seen pyramids just like this, the same equal, okay, equal things, equal triangular faces, four faces, it will give the name which is called tetrahedron. And six faces, we know already. A cube, what do you mean a cube? Now we know it has a six faces of equal squares. Equal squares of six faces is called square. Octahedron is eight equilateral triangular faces. So the top there is a 4 1 2 3 4 triangular faces, and bottom here you can see opposite inverse of this. So there is eight equilateral triangular faces is called octahedron. Decahedron is another one which is having pentagonal faces, that are 12 equal and regular pentagonal faces. This is called dodecahedron. Like this, some polygons are there. For our problems, we are going to solve prisms and pyramids. Let me see what is prism and pyramids. So, what do you mean by a prism? Prism is a polyhedron with two parallel faces called bases. Okay, so like this, one triangle here is there, it is one base. At the bottom there is one more triangle, that is the back side, one triangle is there. So these two triangle are getting joined with the help of rectangles. Okay, these two faces are joined with the help of rectangles or squares faces. You can see here a square face, back side one more square face is the two faces. The other faces are all parallelograms. So here we can say the rectangular faces or square faces all are connected. These two pentagon faces are connected with the rectangular faces. Here two hexagonal faces, front and back, there are two things are there, and octagonal faces are connecting with the rectangular faces. We call it as prisms. Why we name it by the shape of the base. It is triangular prism, square prism, pentagonal prism, hexagonal prism. Like this, the prisms are named with the shape of the base. let me see here what are the important things we have to see in the prism. So the it is the top face, okay, face we call it as face, and a bottom face. So for every prism there is a top and bottom face will be there, and the rectangular faces we call it as the long edge, okay, it's a longer edge, and center there will be an axis. For all axis will be there for all the prism exactly at the center, and the faces we call it as faces, side faces we can say it's a square faces or rectangular faces. Here this is also a top face and bottom face, so all are faces only, and the faces joining, that is the intersection of faces, will give you the edge, okay, it's a longer edge or shorter edge, whatever it is. These are all edges, shorter edge we can call this longer edge, and axis, these are all the very important things we have to know about this. This is, as I said, triangular prism as a name of the face. It's a square prism and it is a rectangular prism, and we will name, okay, what is the top face and bottom face, we will name with some notations, 1 2 3 4 A B C D. Let me see in the next classes. So next slides I am giving here the prism is pentagonal prism. So pentagonal prism, it consists of two faces of pentagonal shape, and all the edges are connected with rectangular faces, and this is, we can see it's a visible edge, that is from here we are seeing, we can see these vertical lines, so that phi E, A1 and B2 is visible, so that it's a thin line or continuous lines, and the faces or the edges which is not visible directly in the view, we can make it as a in the hidden edges. So these are all called hidden lines, and these are all used to know the back side, what it is hidden behind. So here it's a hexagonal prism, as I said, 6, there are 3 4 5 6 edges and corners. So we are naming for each corners 1 2 3 4 5 6 at the bottom and A B C D at the top, right. Then what is a pyramid? Second one in our problems we are going to see about pyramids, solids. A pyramid is made up of connecting a base to an apex, okay. In prism there are two faces will be there of same shape, it is connected with rectangular faces. In pyramids only one base will be there, the other faces are triangle, okay. The base is called a polygon, it may be a triangular or it may be square or it may be pentagon. So that base is connected to an apex with straight edges, this is called pyramid. So there are types of pyramids, you can see, as we said, it named by the shape of the base. So triangular base and it is connected with the apex, we call it as triangular pyramid. So here square base and all the corners of the square connected with an apex, we call it as square pyramid, and the rectangular we call it as a rectangular pyramid. So what are the things we have to see here is very important things, slant edges, okay, these are all the slant edges which is connects the corners, the base to the apex, we call it as slant edges, and the triangular faces, other things are triangular faces. These very three important things we have to say is one is bottom face, triangular face and slant edges. These are the things we need to solve the problems. When they are asking the problem, we have to concentrate what is slant edge, what is the triangular face, and the edge of the base. These are all the three important things we have to concentrate. So like this pentagonal pyramid is also there, and the hexagonal pyramid. It depends upon the shape, as I said, and the view. When we are seeing, when the orientation, according to the orientation, which is visible, which is invisible, is very important to solve the problem. So when we are keeping the pyramid like this, so we can see A B edge and AE edge, and this slant edges, we can see all the three edges, and back side, that is the CD or hidden, we cannot see, but we have to draw with hidden edges. Okay, like this. In this case, we can see the FO, AO, BO, CO, but we cannot view the EO and DO, but it should be mentioned in terms of hidden lines. Okay, this is the importance of the hidden lines. It is needed for solving the problem. So we have seen what is a prism and a pyramid. So next one is solid of revolution. As I said, a solid of revolution is a figure which is obtained by rotating a plane surface or curve which is around the straight line. So here triangle cut, if you have a cut section, we come to know that it's a triangular surface which is rotated around the axis. Here a rectangular surface rotated around the axis, so we can get the cylinder. Here a semicircle rotated about the axis fully 360 degree, we can get the sphere, right? So we call it as generators. For solving the problem, the top view and the front view, when we are doing this, very important. In case of solids and prisms, we have the edges. Okay, we can see the slant edges, and when we are seeing from the front view, we can see all the things for all the edges. And in the case of prisms, we can see rectangular faces in the front view. There also we can see the vertical straight lines, okay, for the view. So it is easy when we are solving the problems. In this case, cones and cylinder, normally there will not be any lines because it's a fully curved surface. But to solve the problems, we have to take the generators. Generators also, just like in the pyramid, is a the lines which joins the base and the apex. It's imaginary lines, we call it as imaginary, so we call it as generators. By this generator, you can see lines, these are all the creators of the cone. If you take into individual lines, it will be the generating, it is generating the cone. And see, in case of cylinder, it's a vertical line, we call it as the generators. So one by one, so the 360 degree of the circle, we can divide into n number of lines. Either it may be divided into equal 8 or 12 or 24, like that. So we can make it as a generators. These are all the generators which creates the cylinder. Okay, and this is the sphere. So now for us, the problem, we are not going to have much about this sphere. The cone, cylinder, prisms and pyramid, all the square pyramids, pentagons, hexagon, everything we are going to solve in this problems. So let me see, next topic is the front and top view of the solids. Okay, we have seen prisms, pyramids and solid of revolutions. Okay, that is cone and cylinders and sphere. Okay, now let me see how the front and the top view of the solids will appear when we are keeping the solids in a particular plane. Okay, we know that horizontal plane and vertical plane. In the first quadrant, horizontal plane and vertical plane, the object will be kept in between the horizontal plane and vertical plane, that is in front of vertical plane and above to the horizontal plane. So here in this projection of solids, we need not worry about other quadrant problems. Only all the problems will be in first quadrant problem. That means horizontal plane, above horizontal plane and in front of vertical plane, the problems will be there. And the problem of keeping the job on horizontal plane. Okay, on HP, inclined to VP, like this only the problem will come. Let me see first what is the front and top view. So now imagine that the rectangular prism and the square prism are here. So this we can see this is the object and observer is looking from here. So the image, it is the edges, the lines are getting projected orthogonally, and it is projected. So the shape what we can see here and what it is hidden, all the things we have to mention in this. So this is the vertical plane, we will get the shadow or image here, and this is the top. From the top, if you see, you can see this one, and it falls on this horizontal plane. We know already vertical plane, the front view will be located, we have to show it in the vertical plane, and the top view will be here in the horizontal plane. So here we call it as pyramid. This is a rectangular pyramid, we will see next slides. And the rectangular pyramid like a base shape as I said, rectangular base, and it's connected, all the corners are connected with the apex. So this is a pyramid. So prism and pyramid, please be careful in a question paper while solving the problems, because we may make misunderstood that there is a rectangular prism, in case sometimes the question paper will be given as a rectangular pyramid. So students are doing some mistakes while drawing the initial position itself, then the total problem will be wrong. Please be careful, very important point. What question is given, you have to clearly check it. And rectangular prism, now I am taking just a rectangular prism to explain. So rectangle, there is a rectangle front and back, and it is connected with, either we can in the top also, bottom also it will be there. So rectangular prism, it's a length and width they will give, what is the measurement they will give, and we have to draw it. So in the top view we can see, normally in the top view only we will see, this is the top and bottom face. Top and bottom face are important, okay. Front and side are connected with the rectangular faces, but we are not considering this, we are considering the top and bottom faces. So here what we can see from the top, what we can see from the front, that is important. So when we are seeing and we are drawing this here in vertical plane and horizontal plane, all are looking similar. So how to differentiate it? So for that purpose we are mentioning the notations here, and for a small difference we have made numbers at the top and letters, alphabets in the bottom. It will be somewhat easier, instead of writing A1, B1, C1, D1. So there will be a confusion over here. If you are clear with that, you can do it. Okay, now 1, 2, 3, 4. So from the front, if I see here, what I can see, 1, 2, A, B. These 4 only I can see. Okay, this is from the front, not here. We are, the observer is here, we are seeing from this side. So now the vertical plane, the image falls. So the front view, as we know, it should be notated in terms of small letters with a dash. Okay, so A I can see, B I can see, 2 I can see, 1 I can see. This face I can see, but the back face, which is 3, 4, D, C, or I am not able to see from this side. So I can mention it as in the brackets, which are all visible edges, just without bracket we are doing A dash, B dash, 2 dash and 1. Okay, A dash, B dash, 2 dash and 1 dash. Without bracket we are keeping on the corner, but whatever it is hidden we will make it into the bracket. Very important thing this. And in the top view, we can see, I can see only the top face, 1, 2, 3, 4, but I cannot see the A, B, C, D, since it is at the bottom. So in this view, just like that, visible edges 1, 2, 3, 4 is visible, and in bracket you have to give a B in bracket, C in bracket, D in bracket. Okay, so this is the rectangular prism, and the pyramid if you goes the same way. So this is the front. Okay, observer is seeing from the front because this is a horizontal plane, this is a vertical plane. We are keeping the pyramid here. The base is a rectangle shape, so we are mentioning A B C D for the base and apex O. So when I am seeing from here, I can see the A B and this slant edges which is joining on O. When it is falls the projected into the vertical plane, I can see the triangle here, which is this triangle, and I have to mention A dash B dash which is visible, and the back which is invisible D dash and C dash, it should be in bracket. Okay, and the O, it's a apex, it is okay. And here center axis, we can make center axis exactly. And when we are seeing from the top, we can see only the outer boundary, that is the DA, AB, AC and all, and the top, all the triangle faces we can see as a straight lines, and it's a diagonal we can draw. All are meeting at a center point, it's corner, that's the apex. So from the top if we see, this is it will be there, all are visible only. So both, all the four sides and this join line, straight lines which joins the diagonals, that also thick lines. Here there is only one face is there, so there is no hidden bracket, nothing will come. So from the top you can see the center point and the base, so A B C D will be visible. So this is the way how to mention the names in that. And solid of revolution is also like that. We are keeping a cylinder or cone above the surface, the horizontal plane, and vertical plane we will get when observer is seeing from this side, we will get a rectangular face and a circular top face. Here in the cone, when we see from the top, we can see a circle in the top view and a triangle in the front view, and the axis will be there. So for the projection of the lines or the next views, so we are considering this generators. We have to make generators straight lines, and then we have to do. Let me do some problems. Let me start with some problems in the engineering graphics subject. So prism and pyramids. Okay, prism and pyramids are important now. So the important points to be observed in the problems are initial position. The problems are given that a solid prism is kept on a horizontal plane. It is inclined to HP and VP. Okay, so this is draw the projection of the pyramids. This will be the question. So before starting or to draw the question, some data we have to take it out from the questions. One is where it rests. Okay, so rest on corner and how it rests. Rest on corner or rest on edge, and inclination to the HP VP. What is the axis inclination or edge inclination to HP VP? Whether the axis is appears to be inclined. Okay, there are two important things are apparent length and true length. Okay, so normally appears to be inclined, if they gives, we have to take it as it is what it given. Let me see some problems, then it will be easier. Now just one initial position and the second position I want to explain here. A square prism of 30 mm, 35 mm side of base and 65 mm axis height rest on one of its edges of the base. Axis is inclined to HP at 45 degree. So here this is the top view and the front view. As I said, 35 mm side of base. So we are keeping 35 mm side, first draw, vertical line, keep a 35 mm side, and here horizontal 35 mm, join all the things, you will get the square face. First thing, as I said, what is it is a square prism. It's not a pyramid. So prism in the sense only will get the outer edge, and these diagonals we have to draw very thin lines to find only the center. We should not make fully dark. It's a pyramid top view. Now it's a prism. So for prism we have to draw only thin lines to find the axis. So the top view with the 35 side is over. Then project this to get the front view and project to get the axis. So this is a view is over, and mentioning the names, as I said, first here in these questions they have given that what is that 1 2 3 4 a1 a2 a3, and the a1 is joined with a, b1 with b, c1 with c, like that. So we can do it 1 2 3 4 at the bottom and a b c d at the top for easier thing. Okay, so here once the naming and the front view is over, then the second is what it is given is the axis is inclined to hp at 45 degree. So this now the prism is going to be tilted to 45 degree. So how to make it? Just in SolidEdge software we can just copy and we can move here, and we can rotate with the edge. Okay, one, since it is on one of its edges, so this is the edge we are keeping and we are rotating. We will see what is the edge position and all. So this is we are keeping on the edge, we are rotating the prism in edge by keeping the axis inclination 45 degree. So in case of prism, the axis and the vertical edge will be parallel, so we can rotate this 45 degree so that it will be equal to 45. You need not to worry about how to rotate this axis. Just keep a point here, draw 45 degree line, then we can select this distance and mark over here, like that. For 90 degree we can draw the base and measure this distance arc here. While drawing in sketchbook I am saying, so we can draw by keeping a point A here, draw a line which is inclined, this axis inclination and this will be equal. So you can draw this angle 45 degree and measure this distance, mark it here, measure this distance, mark it here, you will get the rectangle. And axis also, from here what is the distance you can measure and you can get the axis. After that, projection for the drawing the top view, project out from all the corners, and from here we can project the top view and bottom face. First we will get the top and bottom face where it is, mention the A B C D or numbering and make this copy of it. Nothing to worry about copy of this, only the thing is here you need marking, that's it. So the top view, in the top view also what it is visible, so from the top you see this top face it is visible, and when from seeing from the top, the edge which is hidden, that is behind the axis, the edge when we are seeing from here we can see this edge but not this edge, so it should be marked in hidden line. Okay, once these two is over, then the other third question, if they ask axis is inclined to VP, it will be easier only, you need not worry. The first position, keeping before inclining to HP, we are keeping vertical to the HP, and we will get the true shapes first, then we can rotate it. So this is one square prism problem by keeping edge on, okay, resting on edge. Okay, if the problem gives, if a problem is given like a square prism resting on one of its corner, okay, draw the projection when the axis is inclined to HP at 40 degree. This is the question. So how to keep the solid with a corner? So this is the corner method, corner position. That is, the square prism is going to be inclined in one of its corner. As we said, we in the top view of a square prism, edges and corners. These are all the edges and these are all the corners. So when we are going to keep it in a corner position, we should keep like this. It's a 45 degree. First draw a line, then you draw 2 degrees here, 45 degree in this 45 degree from the reference line. So 45 degree if you draw, then what is the size? 35 mm side. So 35 take compass and mark all the things. You will get a square like this. In case of software, we can draw normally a square and we can rotate by keeping the corner. That is easy. But when drawing in the sketchbook, we have to draw. We can start from this area, that 45 degree you will get. So this corner position, we are going to name it as A. This is the corner which is tilted. Okay, so resting on its corner by keeping axis line 40 degree, inclined 40 degree. So once first initial position is, we have to draw like this, the top view and base, hidden bases, brackets, everything already I have discussed. So once this is done, draw the projector lines to draw the front rectangle. So in this case we can see this edge, this longer edge and this longer edge. So all are visible edges. Okay, 3 visible edges will be here. Here you can see this edge and this edge only I can see. When we are seeing here, I can see this and this. This is A1, BB1 only I can see. Here BB1 is there, AA1. This edge only 2 we can see, but in this case we can see CC1, BB1 and AA1. So AA1, BB1, CC1, it will be there. It should be in dash. Front view we have to make it dash, and top view no dash is required. So either you can mention 1, 2, 3 or A dash, B dash, it's up to you. And after this we are going to rotate for inclination at 40 degree. The axis, since as I said prism, the axis and the longer edge, since they are parallel, we can draw like this. So just draw a point, keep a point here A, and draw the inclination line at 40 degree, because both are parallel. So you can draw a 40 degree line. Select this A1, take a compass, measure this, mark here, and draw this one 90 degree to this line. Okay, if you take a protractor and you can draw a 90 degree line, then measure this distance, you can make an arc here. Then this is, but in case of solid edge it is not required. Justly we can rotate, move and rotate with the corner. It's very easy in case of software, but while drawing in the sketchbook, please assure that all corners are 90 degree here. Okay, otherwise totally your answer will be wrong, and this distance and this distance should be same. So by using compass we can copy and make arcs here from A to C and C to C. What is the value here you can mark, so the rectangle will come. And this also from one point measure and make arc, you can join. This is the easiest way you can do. Don't measure by using scale, just use the compass, pencil setup, you can do it. And in the top view you can see, when we are drawing the top view, this is the top face I can see from here. So this is the top face I can face, but the bottom face it is tilted at the back. So from here when I see, I cannot see the back face, I can see the front face. Okay, the top face, the bottom face I cannot see. So here I made it as visible edges, dark visible edges, and here it's a hidden edges. This A which is connected with this D and B, it is hidden from the corner to the axis, it is hidden. Only the outer area I can see. Alright, this is after getting the projection we can come to know. Okay, fine. I think you hope understand these two methods. One is edge, square prism on edge, and square prism on corner. Okay, let me see a complete problem as per the video examination problem. A square prism of 35 mm side of base and 65 mm axis length rest on HP on one of its edges of the base, which is inclined to VP at 30 degree. Clearly understand the question, and then we have to do. Draw the projection of the prism when axis is inclined to HP at 45 degree. Okay, what are the given data? Let me see the given data first. Take it's a square shape. What is the shape? It's a square shape. Sorry, shape, SHAPE. Square shape, mistake. Prism. Okay, it's a prism. And what is the size it is given is 35 mm side of base, 65 mm axis length, rest on HP. So 35 mm, 65 mm resting on HP on one of its edges. It's given us edges of the base. Axis is inclined to HP at 45 degree. Okay, inclined to HP angle. What is the angle inclination is 45 degree. And the resting edge is inclined to VP at 30 degree. That's what it given here. It is resting on HP on one of the edges of the base, which is inclined to VP at 30 degree. So we have to take it as resting edge. First take the given data properly, then we will go for the problem. First, how to draw? First, draw the top and front view of the prism. First, draw the horizontal XY line and VP HP. We will do it and keep it on edge position. Okay, this is the first one. By keep on the edge position, draw the top view first and project this. We will get the front view. This is the first initial position we have to do. And the second position is tilting the front view to the HP for the given angle and draw the top view after the inclination. So as I said, move this in software we can use to move this, and we can tilt for the axis. In case of sketchbook, you have to take the point, draw the same measurement with an angle of 45 degree, the axis. Okay, this is very important. Replicate this with 45 degree. That's it. What is the question given? Okay, and the top view we can see after the inclination to HP. We will draw the top view, and the hidden lines and visible lines are important. Draw different thickness of lines are very important here. Draw the views with visible edges and hidden edges are very important. Then the third, what they ask is draw the inclined line to VP for the given angle. The question is resting edge inclined to VP at 30 degree. Axis inclined to HP is over, and the resting edge is inclined to VP at 30 degree. So what is the resting edge here? So the resting edge is this, that is AD. So AD is the resting edge. So on this edge it is resting. The hidden line is here AD. This AD is inclined to VP at 30 degree. So draw a line. We can draw from the reference also, but when we are tilting, this image will exceeds this reference, so it should be avoided by drawing a parallel line, and we can make a 30 degree here. So this is rotated. In case of sketchbook, how to rotate, sir? So just we have to start with a point, just copy paste by using compass. That is the thing we can do. Take the point D, keep a point here, measure this distance. Okay, ADA, we can arc by taking a compass and a radius, make an arc in this line. So now drawing a line with a protractor is easy, and after that copy this, draw this. So DA will be over. Then from this D you can measure DC, this distance, and from here this, from B, A to B, like that, one distance we can make arc, and what is a combination of different dimensions. Only with the help of relationships we can make arc and we can join all the things. Okay, that is the thing you can do easily. And then after completion of this rotation is done, axis, what is the distance we have to draw, and from D to O, what is the distance, measure this, make an arc. From A to O, what is the distance, measure the arc. So you can find the point here. A to O, make an arc. D to O, make an arc. So O will be obviously here. Measure this distance, you can do it. So this is the way we can do in sketchbook. After that, once this is done, we have to draw projections. So draw the projection, all the corners, and we can project vertically, and here where it get meets, as already we have seen, A to A, B to B, where it is getting meet, we are doing. So from the top face, first we will draw the top face. So A, where A dash meets, B dash where it meets, C and C where dash meets, all the things you can make it. And the visible edges, from here we are seeing. Okay, to draw the front view, there is again the problem is how to make the visible and invisible. Okay, first clearly you can draw the bases. Okay, use very thin lines, first complete the two top base and bottom base, and the bases, join the bases with the straight lines. Okay, that is very easiest method. You can complete by thin lines. Later we can go for hidden and the thing. So this ABCD, this A1 B1 C1, where it is getting intersect, join with the points or join with the lines, then complete this. That is the first thing you have to do. You will get an image, a solid image. Then we can visible, we check the visible. When from seeing from this side, this bottom face, I can see this top which is near to the reference line. So we can imagine like that. If you are not able to imagine, just have some rules that are clues, that the face which is near to the reference line, I cannot see this one. So this base is visible base, and this base is hidden base. So visible base, fully draw thick lines. Okay, that dark thick lines, and invisible base, only outer is visible, these are all hidden. So the hidden lines, with this hidden we can make hidden only, other visible edges or join with visible faces. Okay, I think you can easily understand that while drawing all the things, right? Let me go for another problem. Second problem, square prism, 35 mm of base side and 60 mm axis. Okay, rest on HP on one of its corner of the base, such that two base edges containing the corner on which it rests makes equal inclination with HP. Draw the projection of prism when the axis of prism is inclined to HP at 40 degree and appears to be inclined to VP at 45 degree. So this is the question. Here we have to take the given data, like what is the projection, what type of it is given, either it is projection of solid or plane. First we know that by seeing this, it's a projection of solid only. What is the shape? Okay, and what type of solid it is, that is very important. As I said, it is a prism, it's not a pyramid, it's a prism. What is the shape? Is square. Then what is the size? Let me go for the third one, size, 35 mm with 60 mm axis length. After this, resting, where it gets resting on one of its corner of the base. So the square prism resting on corner, we have to draw the corner position in the initial condition. Next, the axis is inclined to HP at 40 degree and axis is appears to be inclined at 45 degree. This is what it is given clearly. Axis is prism inclined at 40 degree and appears to be inclined. So here this is very important. When the axis is appears to be given, then we can take directly the 45 degree to VP. We can shift the image, the front view to directly the top view directly to 45 degree. It will be over. Otherwise we have to go for another thing, that in the next problem I will tell. So first, the step how to draw is draw the top view and the front view of the prism by initial position in corner. We have discussed earlier what is the corner position of the prism, how to keep it. So this is the corner position. We have to draw the top view like this, and the front view will be all visible lines, you can see, and the axis will be here. This is the first position. Second position is inclination. Axis is getting inclined at 40 degree. So you can take, as I said, don't tilt in axis, tilt in A, because it is resting on the corner. Okay, so this A we have to take, and this is the edge, this is the longer edge. Draw the longer edge and measure this dimension, make an arc. So this is the angle which is 40, and this is also 40. That be clear with this. Since it is parallel, we can draw from here. After that you can extend and make, but show the axis here, angle here. Don't show the angle here, since it is axis inclination is given. Like top view, we can see the top face and we cannot see the bottom face, so it is hidden, and here it is visible. So join all the things with visible edges, top face visible, bottom face invisible. So this is the second position. Tilt the front view to the HP, draw the top view of the inclination. Draw an inclined line to VP. Third position, after completion of this, we get the axis, we get this top view and everything. Now the third position is inclination. The axis is inclined, appears to be inclined to 45 degree. So either you can draw this direction or this direction, it's not a matter, but tilting the axis is important. A, O, C, all the things should inline in this. So that is very important here. So I am tilting this top view here. First, before tilting that, what we have to do is draw inclined line to VP for the given angle. Since it is given 45 degree, we have taken here 45 degree. So check with the question what it is given. Appears to be inclined at 45 degree is given, so 45 degree. And need to copy the top view of the second position, paste it in the inclined position by keeping axis in the incline. So here, as sir, how to do, how to copy, very simple. As I said, the axis should be inclined. So take a point A. Okay, just to keep a point A here. AO distance, mark it here. OC distance by using compass only. Don't measure and mark anything. Just very easiest method is take a compass, measure this, arc this, measure this distance, arc here, measure this distance, arc here, like this. A to D, O to D, A to D, O to D, mark and join. So by the way, only by selecting from point, then you can replace or move this, and you can draw this. Copy is somewhat needed. With the compass help only you can manage and you can do it. And after this, draw the vertical projector lines from the top and from the front. So draw this. We will come to know the faces. Mention the intersection points and the top face and bottom face. As we said, from here we are seeing, so the bottom face, it's visible. The top face from here, since it is near to the reference line, so we are not able to see. Like that we can get to know. So this face hidden will come. So first, boundary, draw the boundary fully with visible edge, then draw the base with visible edge, then extend this visible edge with that visible edge, it is easy. Invisible edges we can make it as uh, hidden line. Okay, right. I think you can understand this problem. You can solve the problem. This is the second type of problem. A corner with axis appears to be. And the third type, this is another type of problem. Square prism 35 mm side of base and 60 mm axis length rest on HP. One of its corner of the base such that it containing the corner which makes equal inclination with HP. Draw the projection of prism when the axis of the prism is inclined to HP at 40 degree and VP at 30 degree. See the problem number 3 and problem number 2. Mostly no difference is there by seeing that the square prism size and resting on corner, inclination to HP, all the things will be a common one. Okay, so we will make mistake and we will solve like this immediately. That's what here repeatedly I am saying, that whether appears to be inclined is given or not. Be careful about this. If it is given, you can directly tilt the view and we can draw the 45 degree, you can tilt directly. But in this case, that's what given data we need to write separately. So what it is given, a square prism, square shape. Okay, what is the size? 35 at 60. Where it is resting on HP. How? On one of the corner of the base. Okay, axis of prism is inclined 40 degree to HP and VP 30 degree. Directly given, the axis of prism is inclined to HP at 40 degree and VP at 30 degree. Right? When axis is inclined, this is the note, when axis is inclined to both HP and VP, then beta angle has to be calculated. If it is given, if it is not given, appears to be inclined, that is, we know already true length and apparent length. The true view, the apparent view, what it is. So in the projection of planes also we have seen. So appears to be given means we can see it is looking like 45 degree, it is rotated, so we do it. But when it is inclined directly is given, we have to find the beta angle. That is the important thing. I'll tell how to do it. The problem number 3. So first step, we have to draw the top view and front view by keeping corner position. So a corner position, draw the top and front view. The other things are common: vertical plane, horizontal plane, XY reference, all the things. The first initial position is very important as per the question given. Square pyramid, size and resting on corner. These 3 will be over by this. That's it. Next is inclination. What is inclined and how it is inclined? The given angle here is the prism is inclined to HP at 40 degree and VP at 30 degree. So draw it 40 degree for the inclination to HP as per the above instructions. Just take the corner A, draw the 40 degree. Since it's a prism, you can make the same angle here and here. So it will be over. Draw the top view. Until this, no problem will come. So first question, second question, if you draw, half of the problem is solved. So third one, when we are drawing the inclination to HPVP, we have to concentrate on a locus line. Okay, locus line, how to draw the locus line? So first we have to measure the true length of the axis and then we have to go forward this. In projection of planes also we have seen the diagonal we have drawn by selecting the original diagonal and inclined diagonal measurement. So like this here, the true axis, this is the inclined. We are getting the top view, this is the axis after inclined to HP. The measurement here you can see 45.96, that is the O1 to O or O dash, O1 dash to O. this is the distance we need to measure by dimension. Measure this and keep it here. At the same time, another axis, original axis is this one. Okay, this is the original axis. You can get it from here. It is 60. Okay, this is the original axis, and this is after inclination the view we will get. So these two are important here. First, draw the inclination angle. What it is given? It is given inclined axis inclination is to the VP is 30 degree. So draw a 30 degree line. Okay, draw a 30 degree line and select this axis measurement, true axis length, by keeping a point O. That's what the axis point. Okay, O and O dash, we know this is O and O dash will be the axis. So just keep a point O in this inclined line and measure. Take the original axis as a radius. From here mark the radius here. Okay, this is the original. Mark here O1. This we have marked for the 60 mm. Okay, once it is done in the 30 degree axis, draw a horizontal line passing through the point what we marked here. Okay, the arc what we marked here, draw a horizontal line. So this we call it as locus of axis O. So now again what we have to do is measure this distance and take this from here, mark. Okay, where we have to mark? On the locus. Mark this, we have to mark this. So this is the new view, that is O1 dash here. Okay, this now extend this until the reference line and come to know the angle. This is called the beta angle. Now it is a 41 degree, it appears. Very simple. First original axis and then this one. If you do it, then entire thing you copy as it is in the first case. Now this is the line we need to move. So inclination 30 degree is over. 41 new inclined line that is generated. In the new inclined line, please move this the same view. Wherever the hidden is there, the hidden, the axis is there, the axis, all the names as per this, just move it to the new inclined line, that is beta angle line. That's all. Remaining other things you can again project this and project from here. You see the same. This is the view where you can see the bottom face and you cannot see the top face. It is hidden, and the hidden edges, these are all the hidden edges, these are all the visible edges and everything. I hope you can understand this concept. Okay, so these are all the three important types of problem. Prism with axis inclination and edge inclination appears to be, edge is, see here the problem clearly, here the edge is getting inclined to with VP. So we have done this in problem number 1. In problem number 2, axis is inclined, but it is appears to be inclined to VP. So VP, that it is we have done. Third one is inclined to both HP and VP. So the prism, these are all the three important problems we may come. The prisms may be different types of prisms. We know a square prism, as I said, a square prism, how to keep it in resting on corner position, rest on edge position. If you do it, remaining other position, other tilting, it will be easy. But don't make mistake in this edge position. This is edge, we are going to tilt in the edge BC. Corner position, we are going to tilt in the corner. It's a square pyramid. Next one is pyramid. Like this, the same, all are the same, only the thing is pyramid shape. We can see that apex, only the base and apex. Here visibility of all the lines is thick lines, and the edges we can see all the three in slant edges. in a prism is different. Here pyramid will come like this. This is resting on corner position, this is edge position, and it's a problem, a simple problem, which is when the axis is inclined to HP, draw the projection of a pyramid resting on one of its corner. So as I said, corner position, draw the view, inclined this. But here what we have to see, very important thing is the axis is inclined to HP at 40 degree. So axis is inclined to HP, but this slant edge is not 40 degree as in the case of prism. In case of prism, you have taken this slant edge at 40 degree and you have done, but here it is not possible. It is not correct one. Then what it is correct? So here you can see a triangle. Oh, this is the triangle image, you can get it here. If the axis is 40 degree, here we will get the orthogonal 90 degree. So 90 plus 40. Okay, so 130 here. Then what is the total angle for a triangle is 180 degree. So the remaining 50 has to come here. Okay, so when tilting the pyramid, pyramid for the axis inclination, concentrate on the base rotation angle. Okay, so now it is going to be rotated with A, that is confirmed. So we are going to rotate this pyramid. This base should create an angle, okay, in addition to this 90 minus this 40, what it is given, yeah, that is 50 degree. Here we have to get 50 degrees so that this total will come. So don't make much complicated thing, just draw, keep your point here, draw this angle is 50 degree, okay, and extend the line, take a compass, measure this, mark here. Okay, that we come to know that, and remaining things just like measure this, and you can draw an axis 90 degree vertically. What is the distance of the apex? 60 degree. From here to apex, measure this, mark an arc, you will get apex, you join this. So this is one way. The drawing is up to you, but how to draw the same here is very important. So the angle, whatever it is in here, it should not get deviated from here. Okay, the 90 degree, it should be 90 degree, and all angles the same should come. So the next one we will get this top image correctly, then other things it will go. So if you are making mistake in copying here or drawing this square by 90 degree, here it has to come 90 degree. If you are making mistake here, you will not get this view, you will not get the views, the total is wrong. So dear students, please be careful while drawing the initial position and this position. So the third one, it is easy to you can draw it. So here also from the top you can see the top O, and the face, bottom face is invisible because I can see this edge, but the face I cannot see from here. Bottom face, that square face I cannot see. This mainly this A edge which is below to the axis line I cannot see, so that is hidden. So I can make it as hidden line. The boundary will be visible. Okay, all outer will be visible. Then this is hidden. That's it. So a pyramid on. This is the edge problem. A square pyramid which is kept on resting on one of its edges. So draw by keeping edge this side. Okay, you are keeping this side is not a matter, but this is important because we are going to rotate here in corner, pentagon. These are all the problem will come, I will tell. So it is going to be rotated here, and as I said 45 degree, what we have to concentrate, this angle we have to concentrate, 45 plus 45 90 degree. So this you can concentrate, rotate this and draw the top view, then it will be over. This is a problem given in VTU, that primer book. Problem number 16, a square pyramid 35 mm side of base and 65 mm for axis length on one of its edges of the base inclined to VP 30 degree. Draw the projection when axis is inclined to HP at 45 degree. So this is a square data. Take the data as I said, pyramid shape is square, size is 35 65, rest on HP on one of its edges. Okay, resting on edge is inclined to VP at 30 degree, and draw the projection of pyramid when axis is inclined to HP at 45. So edge is inclined, axis is inclined to HP at 40 degree, the edge is inclined to VP. So resting edge is inclined, axis is inclined. This is the first type, like the prism how it was. So pyramid edge position, draw this inclined to HP, you will get the top view. Then this is the hidden edge. When seeing from here we cannot see the edge AD, so it's hidden. Remaining others are visible, and the visible edge whatever it is, it will be joined with O, visible edge only. So C is visible, so CO is dark line. B is visible, so B is dark line. But this hidden lines will come. Let it be. Now inclined this, as the question says, draw the inclination angle to VP by keeping a distance. Why I am this? Because if you draw here, it will cross this line, so that it is better you can move downward and you can do it, and maintain the distance properly. If you give more distance, you cannot view the final view. So just 1 or 2 centimeter, that is 20 mm or 30 mm distance, you keep it between these view, so that you can complete within A4 sheet. So this edge, as I said, first take a D, keep it on the inclined line and measure this distance, make an arc, then D to C mark, A to C mark, so you will get a point. Like this only you can copy and do it, but assure that this edge is inclined here. Remaining things it will be. Then draw the front view. The base from here I am seeing, so the base I can see fully visible, and another there is no base at all, so the apex it's a visible. Join all the corners which is visible edges, and the invisible edge which is here, that is how we can see, sir, it is invisible? All are visible, right? The plane is visible, and the corner you can see A to O I am joining here, B to O joining here, C to O join here. So this is one triangular face, this is another triangular face, and it's a square face. All three only fully visible. Then but A to O is a slant edge, B to O, C to O, and another slant edge D to O I have to draw. But here it is visible, fully visible, so I cannot draw this line as a visible one. I can draw this line, I can join this line as a hidden one. I hope you have understand. So when a line passes through the visible base or visible face, so that should be only hidden. Clear? When it crosses through that. So one or other problems, still you will get a clear view. Second type of problem, as we in the case of prism, it's the same. Axis appears to be inclined to VP. The problem number 17 you can see, square pyramid, size is given, resting on corner of the base, axis is inclined to HP at 40 degree, and axis appears to be inclined to VP. So this what we have to see is front view initial position, inclined this and inclined this here. Okay, that is axis inclination. So appears to be inclined is given. So first corner position, tilting this is not a matter, draw the top view. Here the corner position, draw the 45 degree, since it is axis is appears to be inclined VP at 45 degree, draw the 45 degree line and then copy fully here. That's all, it's over. So once if you copied this, draw the projection and project here. So the front view, as I said, this bottom face is visible and this apex is here. Draw the boundaries whichever all outside, A, B, C, this is visible. So dark thick lines and this line which is passing through the visible face. Okay, the DO we have to join slant edge, but it is passing through the face, so it is hidden. Okay, and axis compulsory. Mention the dimension and it is over. A square pyramid, third type of problem is the square pyramid which is given, size is given, rest on corner is given, the axis is inclined to both HP and VP. Here the appears to be is not given. Okay, so clear with this, appearance is not given, the axis is inclined to both HP and VP. When this problem comes, we have to go for finding the beta angle. So this is the third type of problem, as I said in case of prism. In case of pyramid, how to draw? The same. It is not much complicated. Only the thing is, here we have to draw. We have to select this true height. What the axis is? This axis length we have to measure and keep it. This axis length you have to measure and keep it. How you did in the prism, the same method. Draw this top view, front view, and incline to HP. Draw the top view after inclination, and draw a line inclined to VP with a given angle. Taking the true axis length as the radius, draw an arc and mark the point in the inclined line. So here, after the inclined line is drawn, take the true axis as the radius. Keep your point O here. Take the radius and mark an arc in the 30 degree line. So the 30 degree line is given over there, and a horizontal line, a locus, draw here, and again you measure this distance after inclination. This is the axis distance, so O to O1. Take the axis distance. Again from point O, draw the arc in the locus, not in the inclined line. The locus what we have drawn here, this is the distance what it is. So now inclined the new line, join this O and join the line, extend the line up to the reference line. So a new line with angle we will get. This is called the beta angle. Okay, now in this line the total prism to be shifted, not in the 30 degree. We have to keep all the things by keeping the axis OA. This O should come in the 41 degree. From here you measure this distance, from here you measure this distance, make arc and copy the values here. You will get this view. Once if it is done, just project the corners here, and from here the base, bottom base is visible, apex is there. Join the slant edges, visible edges here and invisible edges with dotted line. Draw the axis. So that's all. There's three different types of problems in the prism and pyramids are over, but the problems may be the shapes may be different. That's it. So a hexagonal, instead of square prism, a hexagonal prism can be given. So hexagonal prism resting on edge position means we have to draw like this hexagon. So what it is, we have to draw lines 60 degrees. So that is total 360 degrees divided into 6 equal parts. So you have to draw evenly 60 degrees lines, so that you will get exact. Simply don't draw that, or we can use the geometrical method how to draw it. And in the prism we have to find the center axis and draw the center axis. This is a visible view, or all the things are visible. In this case we can draw two thin lines and join these diagonals, and you can get the axis. So draw the axis here. This is visible the axis you can draw thin lines only, and these are all the visible edges. Okay, corner position, resting position, edge position, corner position, remaining on all same, that is tilting of the position to inclination to angle and getting the top view, and remaining the three different types or the similar one we are going to use for different prisms. So corner, basing hexagonal prism on corner, we will get the view like this, tilting to HP, you will get the top view, then it is going for the next view. Clear? It's a hexagonal pyramid. So resting on corner position is like this. Draw this top view. It's a edge position, you can get this, the top view, the front view like this, here the front view like this, and all lines we can see, since it is a pyramid, all are joining here, and the O apex is there. One important thing what we have to do is, here again I am saying, when tilting to HP, prism, tilting prism is different. By taking this axis you can rotate the 40 axis of axis, and this will be similar, so you can take and rotate here. But in this case we cannot take a 45 degree. If you take this 45 degree which is given here, totally the problem will be wrong. So the opposite to the axis, this angle and this angle should make 90 degree, that is the over triangular it will take 180 degree. So 45 plus 45 it has to come. Don't take this as 45, this as 45 you can take it, and you will get entire thing, the top view. And here the hexagonal pyramid in a corner tilting, you will get this one, the edges, hidden edges, all the things. And pentagonal prism, here the corner position is here. Okay, in case of plane you have taken this side, but the projection of prism and pyramid, please concentrate on this corner position we have to draw here, then we can tilt like this. So this is what very important for pentagon, how we are going to do it. Corner position and edge position, this is the edge which is going to be rest. CD is the edge, here A is the corner, and when the problem gives, you can see this is the edge position, it is tilting on the edge, A E, the edge it is tilting. In the corner we can tilt it in the corner. Okay, you will get the top view like this. This is fully visible, it is hidden. Here this is fully visible, it is hidden, but you can see the view here. Edge position, edge will be hidden. Here the corner is hidden, this corner is hidden. Okay, I hope you clearly understand all the topics. Pentagonal pyramids, so the same pyramid, edge position like this and corner position like this. Corner, you have to keep corner here. So this the top view and the front view. Okay, I hope the basics of prism and pyramid and three different types of problems in any shapes you can do. Okay, all the best. Thank you. We will see in part 2, that is inclination, resting on slanting edge and triangular faces of the pyramid, and cones we have to see. Okay, cylinder and cone, I will do it in a second part. Okay, thank you.